Well, hello and a happy New Year's to everyone. VR&E, what is it? And can I get it? Thank you to all my veterans, disabled, active duty, and retired. I appreciate you for stopping by. Alright, so let's get into this. VR&E, what is it? Can I get a hold of it? Before we get into it, let me first tell you that I am not an attorney. I do not work for any organization. I represent no one but myself. I'm giving you from what I have experienced and what my opinions are as far as my travel down this road. Okay, so VR&E, Vocational Rehab and Employment. I have heard they changed the name. I dealt with them early or mid 2021. So it's been about 6 or 7 months since I've been involved with them, but even though they sent me a letter about a month ago. We'll get into that later as well. Okay, so VR&E is like your GI Bill. It's a Chapter 31, and how you can go about getting that. If you were like I did, which is crazy, I was so happy to get so far away from the military as I could, and I was focusing more on my disabilities than I was focusing on trying to get an education. Or, you know, I should have thought about getting an education and them putting me into a job that I like. So you can still apply for that even when you get out of the military. 180 days after you get out of the military, if you have a disability, if you have a disability, you can apply and get apply for Chapter 31. Okay, so each time that your disability increase, you can apply for Chapter 31. It can get you into a nice job, or it can get you a bachelor's degree from college. Now, from what I understand, they can pay for, or will pay for, a master's degree if you're heading for, like, for example, a doctor, surgeon, or whatever. Bless your heart. I hope you, if you're going that route, you get it. They can help you and assist you with taking care of that. Also, if you're 100%, well, we'll bring it up. If you're 100% disabled veteran, your student loans are wiped out, debt-free. Okay. Now, before I get into the process, I want to answer a couple of questions. One person that was on a good person's website who I watch is Pocket Watching with JT. Check him out. Good content creator. Orlando Minor was on there as well. He is a good expert, good person that does housing. So the veteran asks, what if I had a student loan debt when I got into the military? And I believe that person's probably out of the military and still working on it, or maybe they are in. I would say go to your counselor. They will have a counselor on the post there that can help you with that. Ask your chain of command. If you're out of the military and you're out of the military and you're at a college, they have counselors at the college that can help you sort that out. I don't know how you can get rid of that debt. The only way I know, if you had it and you're going to 100%, you can get that wiped out. Okay, so let's get into the VR&E and what the travel is. I like to tell all my veterans and active duty and retired, if you go that route, I like to get you set up for, you know, so you won't step on any landmines. And the only landmine really is if you don't follow up with the paperwork. I hear that from one of the representatives that I worked with recently. She commended me because she goes, you were honest about what you were doing and you got it in. I didn't have to chase you down to get the paperwork. Okay? So just if you want to go for it, go for it. If you don't, you know, but this is what's going to happen. In order for you to get them to help you, you're going to submit an application for the Chapter 31. If you don't know much about that, go into va.gov and it will help you learn some things about that. So you can go in there and apply. Once you apply, they're going to set you up with a person who's going to send you through some exams. Now, before the virus came out, they would ask you to drive to a location and they would sit you down in a room and have you going through some tests. Now, the tests are reading and comprehension, and there's a mathematical test. Now, prior to those tests, you will be getting a pluffer, a gang of paperwork. And most of it is like educational background, job background. They want to know that. Now these guys here, they're going to want to know your finances. They want to know your expenses. Now they're getting into territory I thought was pretty crazy, and I would honestly tell you, you call if you have questions on that, on the paperwork, you call the person that sent you the paperwork and inquire. Don't be upset. Go through it and get through it and be happy. You can make it through it. But they asked me a couple of questions like my mom's educational background. What's her job? The same with my father. And I had to, what? I said, excuse me? Now you're getting personal. And the representative said, oh yes, I know. And they gave me an explanation, but the explanation to me was enough to say, okay, I'll fill it out. But it was so vague that it wasn't really important to me, that it was just ludicrous to me. But this is part of what you got to fill out. You got to fill out, we talked about what you're spending for a living, what you're doing as far as, maintaining where you live, okay? So I tell you, these guys at the VR&E are very powerful. They have a lot of power to put you into a good job and to put you into college. So my little bit on that, they sent me a questionnaire. And this wasn't not a test or anything. It was, the bubbles. And it was 370 questions. And it was questions were retaining towards, like, for example, 1 through 5, 1 being the less, 5 being the most. How do you feel about being a ham radio operator, right? Oh, this is a question on there. This is a real question. They asked another question is like, how do you think about being a caretaker? And so I had a question about that, caretaker as far as underground or as far as above ground. So yeah, so be prepared for these questions and just rack them out. Get them done. They're going to ask you what your medical prescriptions are. What are you taking? They're going to ask a lot of personal questions. And I mean this from job, education, finances, and what kind of job that they think that you may like. And they have a system of how they work, and we'll say, okay, well, this person's suitable for this type of job, or this person's, if they're suitable for that, then they'll go, well, we're probably going to need to educate him. So they will get you educated to be suitable for that particular job that you are suitable for. Say that you already have the education, and once they look into any other location, federal, county, government, you're going to be in probably first, number one. So the VR&E, Vocational Rehab and Employment, which I'm sure the name has changed, you're going to require to do some homework. Okay, so let me wrap this up and say this to each and every one of you. Don't get discouraged. Don't let one monkey stop a show. If they tell you, oh, well, no, and like a speed bump in the parking lot, go around it or go over it. You got to do what you got to do to get where you want to get. And understand this. Everybody's route is not going to be yours. Your route would not be mine. I don't want your route to be mine. It took me over 30 years to get my 100% permanent and total permanent. And I don't need you waiting that long. If you have the smarts to get that education, go and get that education. Don't wait on it. And go through the hoops. If it was so easy, everybody would be doing it. You're knocking it out the box. So go do what you got to do and take care of you and your family. All right. Oh, once you get to 100%, know that this is forgiveness on your loans, your employment or your educational loans. Pardon me. Just 100%. It's forgiven. You can, if you get to that percentage, you got kids, siblings. You may be able to get them in college and have it paid for by the VA. So, again, check your benefits at each level of rating that you are and maximize those. I know a gentleman at 50%, and he does not use the VA for medications or his doctor visit. He uses his private doctor. My take on it is this. Yes, your private doctor, you're going to have to pay a copayment to see him, and you're going to have to pay a copayment to get your medications, whereas you can go to the VA and get all those for free. You do the math. Medications is not cheap. But I want to give you guys that little information on VR&E. And please, if you have comments, something that I missed, something that you know better, hit me down in the comments below. I'll be planning to do a live stream probably in a couple weeks maybe. But hit me in the comments below so we can address any questions. Hit the like button if you like. But I like to know what you're thinking and what you would like to know, and if I didn't cover it. Okay? Oh, last but not least, shouts out to my main man, the lead attorney. Please check out his page. He's a divorce attorney for 20 years, and he has some good advice. Pocket Watching with JT. Check him out, Orlando Minor. Now, Pocket Watching with JT, he is a tax accountant, and he can give you some good advice. Orlando Minor, who's in real estate, he can give you some good advice. My beautiful woman, my beautiful friend Suzette Speaks, check her channel out. OG Patrice, please check her out as well. And also, let me see, I know I'm missing a lot of people, and they're going to get on my behind. Oh, Kevin Samuels, good content creator, check that brother out. Oh, Blind Guy, his wife, and their life. Now, I give all these guys shouts out because they want to grow and they want you to grow as well. And if I did not mention, please do this. Check out, I think it's Dwayne Kimball. He's a VA content creator. I checked out his channel. I enjoy his channel. He can give you some good advice over there. And also, check out Combat Craig. He's on here a lot on the YouTube streets, and I check his channel out, and these two brothers I really dig. They give some good information. I'm just getting started in this stratosphere, so please forgive me. I do things kind of like uncut and raw without editing this, and I know it's not right, but I just want you guys to know everything that you need to know, okay? We will be talking more about VR&E. I'm going to give you an update on my dental, what's going on with that, if you're at 100%. And I will let you know because I will be going over to the one of these military institution or military stations to get my ID card. And that's for 100% veterans. Once you get that ID card, you can have access to the base, just like if you are a dependent, but yours is for the rest of your life, okay? We'll talk about that more, and any questions that you or my brothers and sisters have, please drop them down below, and we will get those answered as soon as possible. I wish everyone a wonderful and beautiful 2022, and may your life be healthy, wealthy, and prosperous. Salute my ladies and my brothers.